Can you imagine a world without smartphones? A world where communication isn't instant and information isn't at your fingertips? It's hard to believe such a world once existed. Smartphones have become an integral part of our lives, transforming the way we connect, work, and play. Today we're going to take a trip down memory lane, charting the fascinating evolution of this essential gadget. So buckle up and prepare to be amazed. Join us as we embark on a fascinating journey through time, exploring the evolution of this essential gadget. Venture back to the 1980s, where the seeds of mobile communication were just being sown. This was an era where technology was transforming rapidly, and the concept of a mobile phone was still a novelty. The pioneers of this time were companies like Motorola and Nokia, who dared to push the boundaries of communication technology. Motorola, an American multinational telecommunications company, introduced the world to the first commercially available handheld mobile phone, the Dynatac 8000X, in 1983. This device was a far cry from the sleek, touchscreen smartphones we're accustomed to today. It was a hefty piece of machinery, weighing in at almost 2 pounds and standing tall at 13 inches. With a price tag of nearly $4,000, it was a luxury few could afford. But even with its enormous size and equally sizable cost, the Dynatac 8000X was a marvel of its time. It offered 20 minutes of talk time and could store 30 phone numbers. It was a symbol of status and a glimpse into a future where communication would not be confined to landlines and phone booths. Meanwhile, the Finnish company Nokia was making its foray into the mobile phone market. In 1987, they introduced the Mobira Cityman 900, a lighter and more compact alternative to Motorola's Dynatac. It was famously used by the then Soviet Union leader Mikhail Gorbachev, making it an iconic symbol of mobile communication. The Nokia and Motorola devices were the forefathers of the mobile phones we know today. They were bulky, expensive, and limited in functionality, but they paved the way for the innovation and development that would come in the following decades. They symbolized a shift in the way we communicate, laying the groundwork for the mobile technology revolution. This was a time when mobile phones were a luxury, not a necessity, but change was on the horizon. Fast forward to the late 90s and early 2000s, a time when the term smartphone was coined. This era witnessed a seismic shift in the world of communication, as the industry began to blur the lines between a personal digital assistant, or PDA, and a traditional cell phone. The first true smartphone, as we understand the term today, was the Simon Personal Communicator, released by IBM in 1994. Though rudimentary by today's standards, Simon was a pioneer. It combined a cell phone and a PDA, offering features like a touchscreen, email, fax, and a calendar. The arrival of Research in Motion's BlackBerry in 1999, however, brought smartphones into the mainstream. BlackBerry's full QWERTY keyboard, secure email, and unique messaging service were a hit among business professionals. The BlackBerry was more than a phone, it was a status symbol. But the landscape was about to change. In 2007, a device was introduced that would redefine what a smartphone could be. Apple's iPhone, with its sleek design, intuitive user interface, and a revolutionary concept of an app store, shook the industry to its core. The iPhone wasn't just a phone, it was a pocket computer, a music player, a gaming device, a camera, and so much more. The success of the iPhone sparked a wave of innovation. Companies worldwide scrambled to create their own versions of this revolutionary device. The smartphone market exploded, and the race for innovation was on. But let's not forget about the Android operating system launched by Google in 2008. It offered an open-source platform that allowed manufacturers and developers to customize their devices and applications, providing an alternative to Apple's tightly controlled ecosystem. In less than a decade, smartphones had evolved from a luxury item to a necessity, from a simple communication device to a multi-purpose tool that has become an integral part of our daily lives. These early smartphones paved the way for a future where phones were no longer just for talking. They were, and continue to be, the catalysts of a digital revolution that shows no signs of slowing down. Enter the mid-2000s, a period marked by rapid advancements and competition in the smartphone industry. In the blink of an eye, smartphones transitioned from being a novelty to an integral part of our everyday lives. The catalyst for this revolution? Two key developments: the emergence of Android and the explosion of mobile applications. As the first decade of the 21st century unfolded, a green robot named Android stepped into the spotlight. This open-source operating system, backed by the tech titan Google, was a game changer. It opened the floodgates, allowing a multitude of manufacturers to enter the smartphone arena. Suddenly, smartphones were not just for the elite anymore. They were accessible to everyone, everywhere. Alongside this, the concept of mobile applications, or apps as we fondly know them, began to gain momentum. These pocket-sized powerhouses of functionality transformed our smartphones into anything and everything we needed them to be. Need to connect with friends across the globe? There's an app for that. Want to capture and share your favorite moments? There's an app for that too. From gaming and navigation to finance and fitness, there was an app for virtually everything. The introduction of touchscreens was another pivotal moment in the smartphone revolution. Gone were the days of physical keyboards and styluses. With touchscreens, our fingers became the ultimate tool, enabling a more intuitive and immersive user experience. But the revolution didn't stop at just technology and features. Smartphones began to reshape our social fabric, altering how we communicate, work, and play. They became our lifelines, our window to the world, our personal assistants, and our entertainment centers. Smartphones started influencing industries far beyond telecommunications. From retail and healthcare to education and entertainment, the ripples of the smartphone revolution were felt everywhere. By the end of the first decade of the millennium, the transformation was clear. Smartphones were no longer a luxury. They were becoming a necessity. This revolution wasn't about technology alone. It was about how technology could empower everyone, everywhere, and change the way we live our lives. Smartphones were no longer a luxury. They were becoming a necessity. Today, smartphones are more than just communication devices. They are our personal assistants, our entertainment hubs, our lifelines. In the palm of our hands, we hold a device that is capable of tasks that would have been unimaginable 2 decades ago. Modern smartphones have become our all-in-one tool for everything from capturing memories through high-resolution photography and videography to managing our schedules, finances, and even health metrics. These pocket-sized powerhouses serve as our gateway to the world, connecting us to people, information, and services in an instant. But it's not just about the functionalities that are readily available. It's also about the seamless integration of these features into our daily routines. Smartphones wake us up, guide us to our destinations, keep us informed, entertain us, and even lull us to sleep. They've become so ingrained in our lives that it's hard to imagine a day without them. Moreover, smartphones have also transformed various industries. They've revolutionized the way we shop, work, learn, and socialize. From the rise of mobile banking and e-commerce to the emergence of remote work and online learning, smartphones have reshaped our world in countless ways. And yet, we are still just scratching the surface of what's possible. As technology continues to evolve at a rapid pace, the line between science fiction and reality is becoming increasingly blurred. We're seeing hints of what's to come: foldable screens, AI integration, augmented and virtual reality capabilities, and even potential for integration with our own biology. Indeed, the smartphone has come a long way from its humble beginnings as a simple communication device. It's evolved into a versatile tool that is central to our lives, continually adapting and growing with us. But as we stand on the brink of new technological frontiers, one thing is clear: the story of the smartphone is far from over. In fact, the most exciting chapters may still be unwritten. As we come to rely more on these pocket-sized computers, one can only wonder, what's next? From hefty bricks to sleek, all-encompassing devices, smartphones have indeed come a long way. It's been a fascinating journey, one that has transformed these devices from being a luxury item to an essential everyday tool. Let's take a moment to reflect. We started with the dawn of mobile communication, where the concept of a portable phone was nothing short of a wild dream. Then came the birth of smartphones, a revolutionary moment that changed the way we interact with technology forever. We then moved into the smartphone revolution, a time when these devices became more than just phones. They evolved into multifunctional tools that could browse the internet, take high-quality photos, and even help us navigate the world. And now we find ourselves in the era of the modern smartphone. These devices are so integrated into our lives that it's hard to imagine a day without them. They keep us connected, informed, entertained, and so much more. But what's next? That's the exciting part. The evolution of smartphones is far from over. With advancements in technology such as artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and 5G networks, the possibilities for the future are endless. As we look forward to the future of smartphones, remember to appreciate the journey that brought us this far. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.